Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? And we've got quite a few people here. Hello. How are you? Is everybody well? More Tarot Workshop with me, Anne-Marie. How are you doing? How has your week been? Come and say hi. And if you want to, take notes, do what you want to do, and ask questions. Love your questions. Always a pleasure. Right. Hi. Right, I've got Victor asking a question there. Bear with me. Sorry, Victor. Did get text. I did get your text. Strange, you could not send from PC. Not really, Victor. What happened was my Mac crashed a couple of months ago, and trying to I had to actually reboot the whole thing. And ever since then, I've not quite reinstalled everything in my mail. So that's another big job that I haven't got time to actually do. So I sent it from my phone. Annoyingly, I'd sent you quite a long message. And when I said, can I send it? It just sort of said, do it later, and lost the whole message. So great that you got that. We will actually go forwards, and I'll sort things out with you regarding whether you want to do the workshop live, or whether you want to do some tarot sort of questions, yes or no, sort of on a live. So I will actually do that hopefully tomorrow. I did it today but lost the message, but great that you got my message. So I know that that is working for my phone. I'll just have to type it there and go forward. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Hello. Yeah, technical. Hi, it's Dwayne from Peterborough, Ontario. Hello, Dwayne Island. What a great, great name. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Dwayne, this is all about learning about the tarot cards, and it's a little bit of a fun workshop with a wonderful, wonderful community. Quite small and intimate on this one. When we do tarot lives, it goes bananas and we can't keep up, and it becomes a lot of fun. But this is the serious bit. So here we are continuing our journey through the cards, and I am using Rider-Waite, and for this I chose the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. So you can see it there on my PDF. So I can talk you through it, ask any questions that you want to. Okay, so please do come and say hello. I'm not going to put your comments on the screen because it's PDF and makes it a bit messy, but I'll be able to actually put some questions on when we go into having a look at some examples of the cards. So we continue with the swords, and I've just loaded the swords up onto my new tarot platform where you can learn how to become a professional reader if that's what you want to do, or you can actually go right from scratch, right from the beginning through the cards. But this workshop is here for those that just want to have a little sort of play and ask questions from me and Marie about what it's all about. Okay. Hi there. How are you looking? How are you? Looking good. Keep it up. Oh, hi, Can. I'm good. Thank you so much. Busy, but really good. Thank you so much. And hopefully I've got Tony moderating for me tonight. He's gone to a lot of effort to try and get that to work. And we seem to have maybe cracked it, so let's see how it goes. But you're welcome, Ken. This is just about the tarot cards and what they actually mean. So, Nine of Swords. Let's get straight on with this card. Look at it. There we have a figure in bed with their hands over their eyes, over their head, and honestly, it doesn't look good, does it? Looks like they're struggling, okay? It's a scene that kind of says, gosh, my thoughts are all jumbled. I feel a bit panicky. I'm sensing anxiety. I've got mental anguish, and it's affecting my sleep. So this is a card that when you see it, somebody's really not able to switch off from their thoughts, conversations in their head, maybe conversations that they're playing there with other people, who knows. It can feel like a card of disasters, but that's mainly in the mind. Remember, the swords are all about our thoughts and our communication with ourselves or communication that we have with other people. So something is stressing this person out. But in actual fact, it is a little bit like the fears that this person has get a little bit out of hand. Okay? Maybe they're believing the worst. Hi, Anne-Mary. How are you? Welcome to Tarot Workshop. Lovely to see you. Missed you last night, but here you are saying hello. And this is a card of believing the worst. Okay? By the way, I am going to mention that if you do wish to have a copy of the worksheets for free that I use in this very basic key point workshop, please do write to me at hello@tarotwithanemarie.com or hello@tarot.online. Tarot courses, I beg your pardon, .online. So you can look at that anytime you want to, and I'll always send you the free version of exactly what I'm using here, but yours is a white copy, just to say that. Okie dokie. But is there any link to click on? Not quite sure what you mean, Victor. Are you talking about having a copy of the PDF? No, just send me an email. Just I'd like a copy. hello@tarotwithanemarie.com. Okay? Do that one. I know that one off by heart. The new one is so new that I have to get my mind around it. Are you doing any card reading tonight? No, this is a workshop, Anne-Mary. This is about learning about the cards, and it's strictly about looking at the different sort of meanings and feelings and symbology that's in the cards in a very nice, gentle way. No card readings. Friday is free tarot, okay? So Saturday is serious. Let's learn about the cards. So there's definitely two different sort of things, but Friday is free tarot. Think of it like that, and that's it. Friday's free 5. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Anne-Mary. This is about learning how to do your cards, okay? So this person's believing the worst results, you know, they're letting their fears get out of hand. Brilliant. Yes, absolutely, Victor. Got your message there, thank you. And there is a fear of the result, and this person can be a bit paranoid in their mind. It's like the 11th hour, you know, when you're actually kind of going, oh gosh, you know, I've got my driving test tomorrow. What have I done? Why am I doing this to myself? I don't want to do it. Oh gosh, I've got an interview. I feel sick. Oh gosh. It's that kind of feeling, you know, where it's like, I want to back out. I don't want to do this. Don't want to have to do it. It's troubles in the mind, feeling stressed, feeling anxious, feeling panicky, feeling anxiety. And cutting thoughts disturb this person's rest. Now, this person is blaming themselves for what's happened. So maybe this is, oh gosh, why did I do that? What can I do? Yeah, well, you know, as Victor's saying here, so many times he's got the 9 of Swords in the past. Depends what pair it comes out with. And that's my method. You see me read, I always pull 2 cards out because the major card will tell you what's going on, and the minor card will tell you how it's playing out with the background effects involved, okay? So yeah, so many times. But it's not always, when this comes up, it's like, it's now, it's like, it's happening. Oh gosh, right, what have I got to do? Right, okay, I've got to prepare. I don't want to do it. I want to back out. And like the swords, there's this kind of duality going on. Sometimes this person believes that whatever's happened that's causing them stress could be their responsibility, that it's their own fault, and they are anxious and they are worried. And so the dark thoughts are weighing this person down. But, you know, how many times have we been like this? And just as Victor said, so many times. But in actual fact, but you can't even remember what it was about now, can you, Victor? Do you see what I mean? So although it looks like it's only in our mind, it's only in our conversations, our thoughts, our vocabulary, our communication, it passes. And we get up and we do another day and we forget all about it and we kind of go on. Yeah, I've had it, but I can't remember what it was for now. Do you see my point? Okay? The swords above his head are, you know, numerous sort of problems, things that he's thinking about. And, the sleepless night is, it's playing on his mind. He can't switch off. He can't go to sleep and rest because he feels this is the time to have a big think about it. Yeah, okay. I believe it was after my spiritual awakeness card popped up most of the time. Oh, interesting. So maybe you were a bit anxious about it all, wondering what direction to go in. Yeah? Maybe that's what it's all about. I have got Tony moderating there beautifully. He's saying, letting people know it's not readings tonight. For those of you that are watching, again, we've got a small little group. Okay, so let me just put this on for a moment. Okay, and if you've got any questions on the Nine of Swords, please think of them before I move on to the 10. Okay, so let's just put this on. So I'm back, and oh Lord, it's brought me onto the wrong one. So let me put me back there. There we go. Right, so onto 10 of Swords, unless anybody's got any questions there about the nines. Okay, I think we all get the drift, anxiety, worried, what am I going to do? How do I play this out? What did I say? Should I have done this? All those kind of things. The 10 of Swords is a bit different, okay? And swords are heavy, even doing them, it's like, oh gosh, goodness me. Victor's saying the 10 of Swords did get some a week ago, but it was because I got backstabbed by some former friends, okay? Yeah, it can mean that, look at our character, look at our figure, all those swords in his back. But again, it didn't actually do that to you. It felt like it. That's what you were thinking. That's the way it was playing in your mind. It didn't actually hold you up against the wall or throw you down on the floor and do that. Not dissing it, but I'm just saying it's not a physical reality. When you get the different suits, it's knowing that this is in the mind, in the conversations, but nothing physical. Nobody did that. Yeah, everybody did. Yeah, it's actually something that it's not feeling, we're thinking it, okay? Because feelings are cups, okay? And so there you go, all right? So it's a card of humiliation. I'm sure that, we've all been there, we've all felt really embarrassed, we've all felt, that we've been thrown under the bus and had to take the flak for something, whether it was our fault or not our fault, we've had to carry the can, as it were. And it's a feeling of betrayal, which is probably what Victor's sort of saying here. Yeah? Now, when I look back on it, it's a time to cut on that era. Precisely. It is something that's changing. Okay? And I will be showing you a deck in a moment, as in when we've gone through our PDF of the Starman Tarot by David Bowie. Great deck. Really great deck. But I had a quick look at, the little book that comes with that to see what they were saying. And on the 10 of Swords, it's saying, the person you thought you were is destroyed by sudden, shocking realization. Now, forced to give up the life you planned in order to have the life that awaits you, you're reborn as a stronger and more adaptive being. How about that? Yeah? And, Nine of Swords is saying, oh gosh, I was perceiving danger everywhere. Right, 10 of Swords. What we all forget to look at is, look at that card. Okay? First thing you see is the figure. Oh, that's a horrible card. Oh no, I haven't got that one, have I? Gosh, it's all negative. Actually not, because it's finished. When you get the 10 of Swords, it's not happening, it's happened. So now, there's only one way to go, and that's start again. And if we look, our card is actually telling us that. Bear with me, I've just put my aircon on and it's blowing out cold. Yuck. I need it to be hot. I'm freezing. And I've got my thermals on underneath. It's chilly. Okay, right. I think I'll just give that up and work out why it's not blowing out warm. You can reverse the aircon. I've got the heating on behind me, but still a bit chilly. Okay, so yeah, a card of humiliation. But if we look at that actual card, as I was saying, there's a new dawn going on behind. Can you see that new dawn? Yeah, it's a dawning. You've got the black sky, then you've got the clouds, and the clouds are symbolic of. When we see clouds in tarot, the symbology is that we can't see everything. Something's hidden. Something's we can't see it. We've not got clarity, if you like. Yeah, that's why we get the clouds. Okay, and we can feel betrayed. We can feel there's a total loss. But look at the yellow sky, telling us there's a new dawn. And if we look in the background, we can see the mountains. And the mountains represent challenges still, okay? But the challenges are not that of having that mental state of feeling stabbed in the back, like this one is. It's about giving up or giving in. Which one? It's up to you. It's down to you. Is my glass half full? Is my glass half empty? And it's about reaching a point of despair. Maybe a bit of a psychological breakdown. It's definitely mental exhaustion where we've done it to death in our mind and we've had enough of it, you know? Yeah, now you look back, it's time to cut that era, says Victor, and he's saying part of that path that is understood is he needs to develop further in his Reiki Healing Diploma course. So there you go, new dawning, realising, okay, maybe not that road, let's do a U-turn, let's go back, and let's start again, and let's look at something new. He sent out healing to people and not feeling fully in control. Well, you're the healer. I think sometimes what we like is a bit like the workshop. And this is why people say, oh, can't you read intuitively? Yes, absolutely. But you also need to feel that you're competent and confident and that the cards, what to look for the symbology, look for the colours, the black, what does that make you think? Well, something is, we're not seeing, okay, just like the clouds. And the yellow, it's our chakra, that's our cheerful chakra, isn't it? Our solar plexus, okay? And, the blue represents our emotions and our calmness and universal healing. And it's our throat area, throat chakra. We've got the red there showing, the red cloak that's draped over him. Well, that's courage and that's power and that's our base chakra. And then we've got the yellow there that represents cheerfulness and sunny disposition. We've got that on his clothing. We've got that in the background. So I think this is a great deck. And then we've got the earthy sort of brownie tones on the floor. That person's grounded now. Okay, they've hit the ground and they're grounded, literally. So it means, they know what they're doing. Yeah. Ooh. Victor's got some great stuff going on there tonight. He's getting numbers that are repeating themselves, and he's showing that he's got the number 8888, so the 4 8s. Have a little think, folks, just coming off this for a minute, as soon as Victor said that. The year 2022, just think when we come to February, when it's the 2nd of the 2nd, 2022, and just think of when it's the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, this year. And that's coming very soon. And think about all the children and babies that are going to be born on that day. And what about those that are born maybe at 2222 or 0222? Do you see what I mean? Some fabulous things. So numerology is important. 10 is always completion. And in this case, it's completion of anxieties and difficulties in the mind, in communication, in our voice, all those kind of things. Okay, if you're watching and you want to ask a question, please do type. I've got the lovely Victor talking away to me. I've got Tony moderating. Come and say hello. Lots of Starseed kids are coming, people. Yeah, they are indeed. Lovely. So, it's reaching a point of despair and then sort of realising that we've had a bit of a psychological breakdown when we've actually got the Ten of Swords. But it's temporary. And it's usually to do with mental exhaustion. Hello, Jan Hans T. Very interesting. Oh, bless you, darling. You were here with us last night. You're very, very welcome. I'm so pleased when you comment, because then I know that what people are enjoying and the fact that they're taking it in. And it is nice, isn't it? You know, I was lucky enough to go to tarot school we were a class of 10, and we met once a week for 3 hours a week, and I did that for 3 years, and we went from beginners to intermediate to advanced, and I know how difficult that is. You know, everywhere else I ever went, it was always just a day workshop or, you know, an event at Mind, Body and Spirit or Mind, Body and Soul sort of exhibitions there in the UK. I did workshops, I did all sorts of different things, and there was lots going on, but it was only a couple of hours, but it was in person. And these things are not that easy, what with the pandemic, etc. But also I think that, you know, it can be difficult for people to travel. You know, they're on at a certain place, there's long distance travel involved, it becomes expensive, and there's so much online. And yeah, I did tarot tuition 2 years ago here on my platform of YouTube and my Facebook group, and I used to do it on Monday mornings. So I changed the name from Tarot Tuition to Tarot Workshop, and I'll probably change it again and do Tarot Spotlight or, you know, Tarot Pairs, whatever it is, just so we kind of keep it going and give you a little bit of support. Okay, so it's a card of painful endings, you know, but it's over. When you see this card, it's over. It's not, it's coming. And even people, when they see it, sort of what's to come, it's like, look, you're going to face this and it'll come to an end, you know, but it's over. It's not a prediction of the future. I want you to know that. And I also want you to know that swords is the mind. Okay, so there's nothing physical in it, but the swords are heavy. You know, our thoughts and feelings, they are the air family as well, of course. It's about crisis that's caused us to get to this point. And it's probably reeling from someone else's actions, which, you know, goodness me, I think you can tell us all about that, can't you, Victor? You know, we all can. We've all had it happen, but we survive. You know, and we probably are too busy worrying to even be aware of what's going on. So there you go. Lovely Victor saying welcome to Jan. So lovely of you, Victor. Thank you. I'm so lucky to have you lot, aren't I? So friendly, so kind. It's all about kindness, nothing more. It's all about what we do, and if we can be kind, then we know we've done a job that is well done. It's about letting go, and it's about having acceptance. And it's about saying, oh, you know what, that's not for me, and I, you know, that's it now. I'm moving on. And it's experiencing the full impact of what's happened and being able to move forwards and start over yet again. Okay? So it can be that it looks awful, but we will survive it. And it is something that comes up and we forget about it. Really, really, really is. Yeah? My reaction when the Ten of Swords is, why are you doing this to me, guides? Because you're human, and because you are moving through experience, and because you needed to question it. And the Ten of Swords, as I said, is about your mental process with that and your conversations that you are having with yourself and other people that changes something from the old to the new, and to realise, let go of it. You know, it's a bit like the death card, really, isn't it? Transformation. But it's a painful one, because we kind of, why? Why me? You know? But it's a human spirit experience. It's not something we have to learn. It's life. Just life. Okay? People ask me that, oh, you know, is this karma? Is it? No, it's life. It's just life. life is quite complicated in these times that we're living in. Okay, so, right. Bear with me. I will be showing you my cards, but let me just remind you. Any questions on that, people? Okay. Indeed, been so many eye openings. Absolutely, absolutely. And you see, if we could talk about it amongst ourselves, we can see things differently. We can sort of say, "Gosh, yeah, I never thought of it like that." And as a reader, the more you experience, and also different decks will speak to you differently. Look at the David Bowie one, and you think, well, "Why did she look that up?" Why not? You know, I'm always learning too. I like someone else's vocabulary and the way they're describing it, saying it differently to me. You know, when I read for person A, B, or C, it'll come out differently. A, due to the deck, B, the position, C, the pair, and D, the person themselves. And the whole picture will be different all the time. Again, I read something recently where somebody said, you know, learning the 78 tarot cards, you know, people say, how can that tell you something? Well, how many letters in the alphabet? There's at least double, if not triple, in the tarot. It speaks to you, you know, and look at the words and books and communication that we have formed with just 20 odd letters in the alphabet. Look at what we get from the symbology, from the cards, from the meaning, from understanding. And that's why I think it's nice that you know all about your suits and the difference, and not to actually say, oh, this is a prediction of something that's going to happen. Swords is not kind of something that's going to happen. It may be a process in your mind, it may be a conversation, but in our case, the Ten of Swords, it's happened. Okay, it's not a prediction of the future, it's something that's happened. There are certain cards in the tarot that are very much about what has happened rather than what is to come. Okay, and it's a reflection, if you like, of looking inward and kind of going, maybe I need to pat myself on the back and go, I've navigated that, you know, I've done that journey. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's got any questions on the Ten of Swords. I had to move myself around a bit tonight because, silly me, I went off and wrote a big long sentence at the bottom there, and I couldn't sit in the actual sort of PDF. That'll teach me, won't it? Lessons learned, you see. You see cards more as an extra help and see what I need to work on. Yeah, absolutely. Very much so. Right, let's have a little look at this. Right, bear with me. Okay, so there you go. If you want the new website, it's tarotcourses.online. Yeah, and there it is underneath me. So I've got some cards for you to show you sort of different ways the cards can speak to you. Sorry, I need to bring that down. Let's start with, this is the Starman deck. Come on, Marie, wakey, wakey. Okay, it's late. It's been so busy today, folks. I did intend to come on hours ago, but that didn't happen. Simply because it was so busy with readings. Not complaining. It's absolutely lovely to read for people. I'm going to try and get a little bit more brightness there. Bring my saturation down just a wee bit there. Okay, so look, this is the it's known as the David Bowie deck, but it's a Starman Tarot. Okay, beautiful, beautiful deck by David de Angelis, inspired by the artworks that he created for David Bowie. So let's take a wee look. And this is the book that I was telling you about. Yeah, can't really see that. It's not really what I'm there to show you, but it's a beautiful deck. The Nine of Swords here. So here we have our figure. Bear with me a second. I'm going to see if I can just zoom. There you go. Technology, when it goes right for me, it's fab. Okay, so they're quite dark, and obviously I've put my screen on as bright as I can. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 huge big lights in here, trying to sort of make sure that it doesn't distort on the screen or anything like that. But certain decks will actually show up more. Here, definitely got our figure, head in hands for the 9 of Swords. Lots and lots of things going on, looking quite sinister. You know, shadows, figures, the swords flying around here. You know, things going on in the mind. Almost, you know, figures that are coming out of nightmares, crawling out of the ground there. Zombies and all sorts of sort of ghouls and difficulties, lightning, all these kind of things coming up, and the swords everywhere. Feels very dramatic, feels quite dark, be difficult to see the positive sort of side in looking at that image, I think. But if you see something differently, that's what it's about, interpretation. So that's the Starman Tarot. And then we've got the one that I used for PDF, which is the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. Okay, and there's our figure, just as you saw. Don't often show this one. Just to show you the box. Yeah, I don't have the boxes of everything, but I do have these. I'll be running out soon. It's just things to show you. But I've still got a few up my sleeve, and I've still got some really fabulous cards. I'm going to be coming on and doing that once we've gone through the workshop and all the cards, to actually have a little play with the most fabulous deck, where it really will mess even with someone that's been reading for years, including me, because characters are going to pop up in different places where you don't expect. So you're going to get characters from the Cup family appearing in the Sword family. It's called the Shuffle deck, and I've got 2 different decks, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that, and do a little practice with pairs and things like that, in case any of you do want to come onto tarotcourses.online and really go for the masterclass that I've put there that helps you become a professional. I've been a professional reader for 30 years myself, and in my time, I've done big shows. I've worked on the premium tarot lines. I created a line. I've produced DVDs and games and workshops and websites and goodness knows what else. And now I've actually put everything of my life's work together on tarotcourses.online for people to go and sit as a beginner from scratch, learn all the cards, not like they are in here, but in great, 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 great depth. Plus, there's videos there for your psychic development, so you can go and look at those. They'll be coming on in the next couple of weeks. I've put them on, but I haven't done the write-up for them, so they'll be coming on. And you can go and treat yourself to a course or something like that at very reasonable prices. Yes, Victor's saying you do see a lot of ice fire signs in that card. Yes, yes, absolutely. So here is our Radiant, and the one I've been using very recently from Friday Lives, because it's winter, our Winter Waite deck, and that's from Tarot Collectibles. It's a snowy deck, and because we've got snow, sorry, I should put it over there so it's not behind me, the Winter Waite deck from Tarot Collectibles. This is the revised edition. I think that's what's available now, and there you go. Sorry about the shine, it's difficult. No, it's not going to make any difference, but it does say Tarot Collectibles there. Okay, when there's a shiny, it's kind of difficult, but the cards are shiny and they come out really, really well. So that's the Winter Waite deck, and then I've got something really different. So here, look, we've got the character. That was the Bowie deck before. Yeah, the Bowie deck. Victor, he's asking. Stevie Bowie, I'll show you the 10 in a minute. That's a Starman Tarot. Okay, there's the book. It doesn't really say it on the box. Yeah? Great deck. Great deck. So exciting. Actually, it feels like, you know, a piece of art in your hands, which of course it is. But really, really get that richness, if you know what I mean. I get that vibe anyway. And that's what it's about. How does it speak to you? This one here, we've got our character kind of going, I'm frozen with fear, And again, look on the bedspread, all sorts of symbology. I talk about all of this in my tarot course, so you'll know what all that means and take you right through it. Plus, on the tarot course, I go through the personalities, the negative aspects of it, the positive aspects, there's key points. I don't go into what I find, I'm really sorry about this, but I find it really boring when people talk about the history of tarot. We can find that anywhere. Why do a video on or a lesson on that? You can find that on Google. A history of tarot. I haven't touched any of that. I've just gone boom, straight in, because that's what I'm like, and I'm impatient. I want to know, and I want my students to feel that they're not being dangled. So you instantly get everything. In the intermediate course, I teach you my method of how to read in a very special way with an extended Celtic cross, and my tip for how to do that with pairs, and teach you what pairs is all about, and how to do it, and how to be reading after the first lesson with a pair, and know that things have completely changed and that there's no more guessing in what you're doing. But you do need to go through the cards, which is what the beginner's course is. I don't teach you any method, I don't teach you any spread. And when I do the intermediate and I do the advanced, I teach you, quite simply, one spread that we keep adding to. And that's the secret of it. So eventually, you'll be reading like a professional. And I can tell you, the longest call and the longest reading I ever had, and they paid for my time, paying by the minute for my time, has been 6.5 hours long, one at 5.5 hours long, and it's not unusual for me to be on a 2-hour call at all at the moment. It really isn't. People run out of time and I have to stop them and go, we've gone way over. I'm sorry, there's another client. I do apologise, but it's busy. And they go, right, okay, thank you so much. And I think I might come back next week. There's more I want to ask, because it's so informative. You can get the depth instead of, I remember the and the guessing before I trained and used this particular method. So one more to show you. What a treat is this. Now look at this. This, okay, is the Nine of Swords in a deck called Vice Versa deck. Let me get that out of camera's way. Okay, Vice Versa deck. Fabulous deck. Okay, what's great about it? Can you see? There's a secret on the box. You see the front of the card, and when we turn the box around, you actually get to see what's going on behind. So look at this. It's this. This is actually the back, isn't it, of the Nine of Swords. Man sitting there, actually waiting for something to happen and looking through the window, hoping that he's going to get the light flooding through to get rid of his anxiety. And there's the front. How brilliant is that? You've got 2 decks in one as far as I'm concerned. Hey, what do you think? Yeah, David Bowie deck is fantastic, Victor's saying. Look at that. Vice versa deck. Okay, so I'll definitely sort of add that into the description after. Perhaps not on the live one. I kind of forget to do the actual description on that because I do it as a replay. So that's the Vice Versa deck. Right, 10 of Swords in the Vice Versa deck. Again, so different. Hi, TC Shovelin. Isn't it different? So different. So can you see, when you've got another deck, you're going to get different sort of intuition, you're going to get a symbology, or you might go, oh my gosh, I can't touch it. I can't read with that. There's certain decks. My first deck my friend gave to me, sorry, Diane, she gave me my first deck, and it was the Marseille deck. What can I do with that? It just didn't do anything for me because it was a pipped deck, and I'm not, even with my websites, you'll see my images. I'm very kind of like fresh, clean, want it to actually be that we are looking to grow and navigate, and try and kind of up in the best place that we possibly can, not into sort of, old-fashioned images of, velvety and that kind of thing. So each deck's going to speak to some people are. That's not for me, and I can't pretend I am, so I won't. I've got to be authentic to myself. I just can't do anything with anything like that. But my point is, there are some that work for you, and some you just go, oh gosh, no. And then there's some that's fun that you'll really enjoy, but won't really find that you can read with them. You just enjoy them. You can collect, do what you like. And there's the back of the Ten of Swords, vice versa. Isn't that different? I think it's absolutely amazing. Again, same story there, suit of armour there. He's protected with that. If you look at him there, he's kind of going as the front, and there's a different view. Okay, so we can actually see it's not so much that we're getting the back there, we're getting part of the scene from a certain angle, and then we're getting, did he do it? Oh, we're seeing more. We're seeing something that, it's a bit like here, you can't see my green screen. Yeah, you probably see that something like the magician. Yeah, this is my table, by the way. I know it looks a bit odd, but yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3 behind me. You can't see all that. One day I'll show you all of that. I said I would, because sometimes people like to see behind the scenes, but that's as far as it'll go. I won't show you sort of, downstairs. You don't need to see that, this is tarot. Okay, so that's the vice versa. Let's go to the Bowie deck and look at the 10. Ooh, look at that. Face, yeah? Somebody pulling at somebody or trying to hold on. Are they pulling? I'm trying to grab, or is it like I'm trying to grab you to pull you with me and take you into betrayal? Or am I trying to hold on to you? It's a great deck, isn't it? Look at the colours. You've got a face in there, you've got all these swords spinning around, you've got a feeling of almost being a little bit of a dream or a nightmare kind of going on there. And what goes on, when we're kind of not well and we kind of get like a hallucination, maybe it's actually something else. Not saying what. Back in the day when that was, rock and roll and the glam. But also, look, you've got roots of the tree going on there. I absolutely love that. And also when you're doing any sort of psychic work, it's really good to be grounded. I ground myself every day. If I can't actually get out, and I go out every day, we've been out in the hail, in the snow, in the shine, it's 50 degrees when it's actually -10. Some people have actually laughed at me because I've gone out and it's teeming down with rain. But, I've got dogs and they need to actually do what they need to do. And that is done on a walk. And, we go out and I ground myself. And, yeah, just your feet touching earth will ground you. My veterinary is a professor and very, very clever. And he said that we are all like... energy comes at us in the same way that lightning can hit you, as a person. If you're not grounded and earthed, it will hit you. And he said that's what energy is. So they've proved it. He's a professor. He said, the best thing you can actually do is touch earth. And if there's no earth around, grab a stone. I know that we use crystals, but crystals amplify, whereas a stone will ground you, or, a plant or something of that nature. Be careful with cacti because cactus is brilliant, but not so great in your home because it stops things and blocks things. So if you want to stop or block something, you put cactus where you're trying to stop that neighbour or that noise. Or, we lived near a train station at one point back in the day when I was actually still doing my tarot courses with my teacher Jackie. And there was a train station, you know, vroom. It was far away enough, but that's what you got, triple glazed. And so I put cacti there and then kind of muffled the fact that we were getting other people's energy. Feng Shui, you see, you know, all interested in everything like that. So being rooted, being grounded, love this deck. Lots of gold. It's almost like, you know, there's a forest in the background there. Then we kind of almost go into the mind of the swords. And almost like Bowie's sort of glam rock face back there when he was kind of Ziggy Stardust. I feel that with the sort of the eyes. There's a lot going on there. Lots of golds, you know. A little bit of blood there, look. Yeah? And, you know, prism, a box. What's going on there? You know? It's like a bit of a puzzle, you know, but golden. Beautiful deck. So that's Starman Tarot. The 10 of, it's going to be boring after that one, isn't it? But you get the point. Look, there's our lovely yellow sky, there's the blue sea, purple mountains, that represents our third eye, blue is our voice chakra, the yellow is the solar plexus, the red is therefore your sacral chakra, you know, and the blacks representing the fact that we can't see or something is covered and we need to actually uncover it. And the clouds, the same thing, there's no clarity, okay? So there's lots and lots of things that's going on there. So that's the Radiant Rider-Waite and the winter one, okay? So winter one, snowy scene, again, our figure sort of, oh, you know, there's a new dawn again. And instead of getting that yellow going on there, we've got that blue sky. So again, it can speak differently to you, can't it? You know, you can see different things. Snowy scene, kind of, oh my gosh, you're freezing. You know, are you okay? So again, you see different decks make you think of something. And, you know, when you do psychic sort of training and, you know, our workshop will lead us into all sorts of things. Tarot courses.online, I'll be doing spotlight courses where you can come with me for a group, you know, £5, £10, as in a couple of hours. We'll do it on a Zoom and really experiment. What do you get? Try this. I want you to do that, you know. We can really, really work together in a different way. Hi, Sharma. This is not about having a reading tonight. Fridays is readings. This is to learn about the tarot cards. So I'm not doing readings, we're just going through the symbology in the cards and their meanings and showing different decks. So sorry, Sharma, Friday night, 5 o'clock every week on this platform and YouTube. Perhaps subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you can be notified and then you'll see what's coming up. It's either going to be A or B. So I do 2 different things. One of them is what's the Three of Pentacles? Sharma, this is a lesson and we're doing the swords. I'm sorry, I'm not going to discuss the Three of Pentacles when we're in the middle of a lesson about something else. So thank you for your question. That'll come along in about 5 or 6 weeks' time as we work our way through the suits. Okay? So thank you for your question, but it's not relevant to what we're doing. It's irrelevant to our lesson. And I have an audience that are following this, so I need to be honourable to that. But it's a lovely question, and it takes some time before I can actually answer that question for you. So sorry about that, okay? It's not that I'm refusing to, it's just we're sticking to what we're doing, okay? Right. I've just seen my phone flash up and say it's 13 degrees. I don't believe that. Maybe it is tomorrow, but it's not now. Yeah, I've took you through that. You've done the vice versa. Okay, right. One more last thing to show you. I'm hoping this will run. I put it on earlier. Let's just have a quick peek at this. Okay. On tarot courses online, I have put together a completely different keyword document that I think is about £5. And I've gone through in much greater depth and very different meanings to what's on the workshop and really gone to town with it, as you can see here. And this is, you can download this as a PDF, just an example there. It goes with the planets, the star signs, the keywords, and yeah, you can carry that on your phone and look at it any time you want to, can't you? You know, I've just done that very, very differently. So that is available on tarotcourses.online, and that is my tarot keywords, which is actually, I put it on, and first day we've got customers straight away raving about the pictures and the images of that. So it takes you through, go through all of the 78 cards there, you know, put it all together for you. The keywords are different to that, the PDFs here. Why more? Why not? You know, some's here. This is actually going into something else, and probably will really help you with certain sort of points of what you want to know, keywords for the tarot. And then the one thing I want to show you is this. I have put together, let me go back here, this is a page on my website. This is a tarot journal. So if you want to journal what you're doing, I just thought I'd show you it's there instead of just saying, I'll go and have a look at it. This is part of the page. You can go into the courses and just go and pick either the tarot keywords that I just showed you on screen there, or you can actually go and get yourself a tarot journal. Now I've made it really easy for you. So what I've done is I've put in the cards. That's an example of putting your own cards in, but I've actually put little sort of images in there for you to actually have your own tarot journal and to write things in it. Like I've shown you an example there. You know, what's your keywords, and what was your thoughts, what were your feelings, what were the meanings, what's reflections. And what's great about that is you can actually print that out and just say, what I always get annoyed with is when I get a diary or a book, there's not enough space. What's great about being able to download it yourself is you can just download more of the same page and keep adding to it. Let me just take back to that. Look, that was the deck that I produced a long time ago, back in 2006, yeah? It's my version of the deck. So, you know, sometimes I show you that on here. So that's that. And that's just a screenshot of my website, okay? So that's what you'll find. And this is a little bit about how the swords are, the sales page for the swords. You know, and various things that's going on there. So I do hope that that helps. Got a minute? You want to have a quick look at something else? Yes or no? Tell me. It's up to you. Okay. Let me bring me back to my table. So here I am. Any questions on tonight? Please go and have a look at Tarot Courses online. There is something there for everybody, reasonably priced. You know, I've tried to make sure that it reflects the work I've put into it, but also that you can afford it. And I've done things as bundles, so you don't have to buy the whole big course, and it costs, you know, like, well, a lot of money. A lot of these courses are like, oh, you can have it for £2,000, but today it's this and it's that and it's the other. No, I've just been really plain and simple and gone, boom, there you go. That's what you get. So there's a tarot journal that you can buy and download all your own bits and pieces. I've put the cards in there as in for you, but then you can add your own. I haven't done the stickers for it because I can't send something like that out, but I do believe that you can buy stickers if you want to actually put in your tarot journal. And a tarot journal is just actually, I've got my tarot journal, which was an old exercise book that is 30 years old, that I kept all of my notes and all of my pieces of paper. I wish I'd had something like a tarot journal then. Some tarot journals are hard copy, but as I say, what can be difficult is it comes from a particular deck, so you've got that deck's images instead of being able to put your own on. I've just drawn some graphics for you to do with the card that is in question. I've kind of done, you know, started with the major arcana, then I've done the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, then I've done the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the Cup, the Queen, the King, I beg your pardon, and then the cups, and then the wands, and then the pentacles. So you've got everything there. So you've got major arcana and your minor arcana. So if you're interested in a tarot journal, that's really reasonably priced. I think it's about £5. So you can then keep adding, and keep it all together. And I've tried to make it look pretty and delightful and as easy as possible. I still use my notes. I still go back and I add to it, and I did a tarot journal for myself, and I use it regularly, and it's what's helped me sort of, keep track of something that's happening in my life. By the way, I do actually take all the advice that I've ever had from the tarot cards, and recently I think I wrote something on my Instagram post, and I got the most sort of like comments and wows and people writing to me simply because I said that, I took the advice of the cards and they've never let me down. Even when they've told me I'm going down a wrong road, I've made my own decisions, but I've always had that forewarned, forearmed experience about what's going on. And it led me to actually, be the lead and the brand of a company. It provided telephone readings for people, and busy from day one. And that went on and on and on. And it gave me an income. It allowed me to work from home. And then, of course, I realised, hang on a minute, I don't have to sit in London anymore, or even the UK. I can do this from anywhere. So it allowed us to actually, live the life, live the dream, if you like. Not living the dream, I'm very busy, but I live in a beautiful place. So it has allowed me the freedom of not being tied to a shop or an office, or I used to do parties and do tarot readings. Now I do group readings on my platform. There are certain communities from certain cultures that actually will have a party and say, right, we want to hire you for the night. And on it goes, you see. They pass the phone around to Tom, Dick and Harry, and they're paying for my time, and they have a party, and they're all enjoying themselves, and they pass the phone and say, do you want a reading? Yeah, I'm so-and-so. What have you got for me? So do you see? And that's what I'm aware that we all need to be able to have that flexibility. So I'm trying to give you something that will help you to help yourselves to make your dreams come true, just like mine came. It didn't happen immediately. I had to do the work. I'm still doing the work. Never worked so hard or so long, but it's enjoyable. It's brilliant. Right. Yeah, this is the end part. Wishing you love and light until I see you next time from Victor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the newbies. Thanks, TC Shovlin. Sorry to have missed the start, but we'll be watching the replay. Really opening my eyes more to the cards. Thank you for taking the time to share. My absolute pleasure. It's all about that. It's all about that. It's all about kindness. It's all about sharing, and it's all about, look, I get paid for what I do, and I'll get paid for the tarot courses online. And yes, it is good. But I did this 2 years ago before I'd even started tarot courses online. And it was that first workshop where people said, how can I do the courses with you? And I went, oh gosh, I don't know. I used to do it as a phone conference, and I'm not with that company anymore, so how can I do it? So I went away and I put it together and made it happen. And, lots of work, and my hubby is probably turning around and kind of going, oh, what's she doing? But it will allow me to be available more for other things in our life and in your lives, and give us the freedom. So do hope you join me on some spotlights on tarotcourses.online, and I do hope you're enjoying this series workshop. In the words of Barney, sharing is caring. Absolutely, TC Shovlin. Absolutely. Sharing is caring. You don't do it as in for what you get out of it or who you are and your ego. No. You do it because it needed doing, and you provided it, and that's enough. End of. But if we can share it and actually say, hey, you might benefit from this, then this is what it's all about. I'll see you on Friday, 5 o'clock, for live tarot readings. Come and ask a question. Do seem to actually have a moderator working here with me, the lovely Tony, my hubby. He's done really well keeping up with that. And hopefully on Fridays, I've got the lovely Nicola. Now that we know it works, I don't know what went wrong yesterday, but we have got something. Sorry, my phone is flashing up now. I have a message. Are you free for a call? So I'm going to love you and leave you and go and answer my client and switch my system back on to take calls. I'm available for private calls if that's what you wish to do. Go and look at my site, tarotwithemmary.com, if that's what you want to do. If you want to actually learn the tarot, which is what we're doing here in Tarot Workshops, tarotcourses.online, and I am also connecting with Zoom to take calls, audio calls only, not video calls, for readings on there as well. Until next time, do take care of yourself and each other, and do make it a great day, and I'll see you next time. All the very best. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you want. Write to me, tell me if you want the worksheets. hello@tarotwithemmary.com. Till next week, see you soon. Bye, darlings. Bye.